Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Seyi. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. Today I'll be answering some questions that people have been asking me regarding relocation and work permit. I hope this is useful to you. Please do remember to like, share, subscribe to my channel, drop comment, and let me know how this video helps you. Thank you. So the first question here is, can I travel with my family on a tourist visa and stay back there legally? Okay, traveling with your family on a tourist visa is fine, but the point where you're going to stay back legally, on what status? Are you staying back legally on a visitor's visa? Are you planning to change your status after arriving in Canada? What's your plan exactly? So that's the question I have for you. So yes, you're a legal visitor, but after that, what's next? So you need to know what you want to do. So somebody says, thanks for the information. Please, can you do a video for work permits? I want to know the question. I want to know the, okay, it's like a two-in-one question. So can you do a video for work permit? Yes, I have a video on work permits. I have a video on types of work permits, how I apply for my work permit. I have those videos, so you can just check them out. So I want to know the question you were asked by the immigration officer when you arrived Canada. So it wasn't something serious. The immigration officer just asked that why are we here today? We're here on a work permit, work visa. Okay, how long is the duration of your stay? 2 years, and that was it. So another question is, did you use an address or contact in Canada while in Nigeria to get this job? No, because I got my job through like a company that specializes in managing how people relocate. So the company tries to manage the gap, bridge the gap between employers and employees. So they manage the gap of the hiring process and also the relocation process. So the company that is hiring you just has to bother about getting the right talent. So that's Van Hack, for instance. So I used Van Hack to relocate. So I didn't have to do anything about my address. I just used my normal Nigerian address. I didn't have to submit my CV directly to my company. So that was just handled by Van Hack. But I can understand that for some jobs you might need that, Canadian style, but I didn't have to do that. How do you apply for work visa in Canada? So this question is a tricky one. So do you mean if I'm already in Canada, how do I apply for a work? Okay, but this is a work visa, so how do you apply for a work visa? I'm assuming the person means how do you apply for a work visa to Canada? I have a video on the work permit, so it's kind of enlightens you on different types of work permits and the requirements. For you to apply for a work permit, you have to get an employment basically, or you have to be like an employer or an investor or something like that. So based on whatever category you fall into, you can check the Canadian website to get like the details on how to apply for a work permit or work visa. Somebody asked here, I've read that. Did you take IELTS? For getting a work visa or relocating on a work permit, you don't need IELTS. The assumption is during the interview process, the company has already vetted you to see that you have the skills, the language, and all that's required for you to do your job. So you don't need IELTS for that. Sites for relocation job, please. I dropped some of them on my how I relocated to Canada video. So if you check the comment section, and on one of my most recent videos about what's that video about? I'm going to drop it. I have some information about sites to apply for job in Canada, especially if you're in the tech industry. And if you're not in the tech industry, if you can speak French, there's Quebec. That's my video about temporary work permit. Yeah. And getting a job outside Canada. Yeah, I remember now. Okay, did you have to pay any fee for the LMI application? No, I didn't have to do that. This is like the work of the employer. Do you have idea of list of employers for retail managers? No, sorry. Also, can you share a template of your resume? I have tried to write a Canadian style resume, but no luck with job yet. Like I said, I got my job through Vanac, so I didn't have to write any Canadian style CV, so I don't have template for that. Which one is better between a closed work permit and an open work permit? It's not a case of which one is better. It's a case of whatever your application is will determine the type of work permit you get. So I have a video on the types of work permits. I'll link it up below or down in the description box. Please, what's the difference between proof of work experience and resume? Okay, so like your resume is like your CV, where you have all the places that you have worked, so your experience, your skills, your education. But the proof of work experience that is required by the Canadian government when you're applying for your work permit and your work visa is like showing that, okay, you said you have experience from this company, you have worked here, you have worked here. Can you show proof that you have actually worked there? So things like your salary, your pay slip, things like recommendation letter from that employer, things like your offer letter or your contract, just proof to actually show that you have actually worked in that place. Yes, so that's the proof of work experience. Quick question: must you have a job back home with pay slip as must requirement? So I guess this person is trying to ask that when applying for a work visa and you have a job, you're showing your proof of work experience, that must they provide payslip? Because I know many companies don't really give payslips, but it's required. So you need to show that you're actually paid and you're paying tax. You know, Canada is one of those countries where paying tax is very important. So I guess the payslip part is to show that you actually pay tax. And yeah, I guess if you don't have it, you can always write letters of explanations to explain your case. My kids are below 5 years. Do I need to apply for student visa for them? Yes. So because at some point they'll most likely go to daycare or to start school. So since they're children, student permit, study permit, student visa, yeah. Please, how long was the passport submission and collection? So this is like the timeline that I had for my own application. I submitted my work permit application on May 25th, 2021. I also got a confirmation on the website that same day, May 25th, 2021. I got a biometrics collection letter on May 26th, 2021, which was like the next day. So this letter is the letter that told me that, okay, it's time for you to go for biometrics. And from there I went to the VFS site to book a date, which was more like the next week. And after that I got a request letter. This doesn't happen to everybody, but the request letter is like, we checked your application, we didn't see this, or we want you to send this document. So it was a marriage certificate document that was requested. That was on June 4th, 2021. So on June 20th, 2021, we got a correspondence letter that says the biometrics we did was valid for 10 years. And on June 20th, 2021, oh, I think I missed that part. On June 20th, 2021, we got original passport request. So time for you to submit your passport. And then on July 1st, 2021, we got a correspondence letter that says our application has been approved and we're just waiting to get our passport back, which came back in maybe a day or 2 days after, because it was sent down from Abuja to Lagos. Mind you, my health examination, that's the pre-medical, was done in February. That's because I thought I was going to apply earlier in the year, so I did that in February. So I hope that answers your question. I'd like to ask, at which point should one apply? My employer from Canada has already given offer letter and I signed the contract. They have applied for an LMIA and they gave me the number. Now, should I apply for work permit at this point, or I wait for them to receive approval? Okay, so congratulations. At this point, wait for the LMIA approval. Once it's approved, you can then go to apply for your work permit. So somebody's asking, what of proof of funds and IELTS? For work permit application, you don't need IELTS, and your proof of funds is basically you showing that the offer letter you get, your offer, your salary can cover your expenses. Kindly state the duration of the different processes. I did that. So the person says from when you got a job to how long it took for your passport to be returned and all that. Okay. I think the only part that is missing here is from when I got the job. I got the job I signed the offer in November 2020. Yeah. November 12th. That was when I got the offer. I didn't sign that day, so 2020. So I got the offer on that day, and our agreement was that there'll be relocation, but that will be after the probation period, which was like 6 months. But then we're going to start the application process the next year. So I resumed my job January 2021, January 3rd or 4th, the first day of the week, the first day of the working day, January 2021. I resumed, and then we started the process for the LMI. So my company had to do their own processing with Canada. That was done by say March, yeah. And then I was free to apply for my work permit. But then I had a challenge of my passport. So my Nigerian international passport was to expire in 2022, which was like a year away. What that means is if I apply for the Canadian work permit, instead of getting the 2 years complete, I'll get a year, just the duration of my passport, the validity left. So and I had the option of renewing, that's changing my name, which will trigger like a new passport request. I was going to get my 5-year passport, and with that I can get the full 2-year work permit. So either that. So I applied for the change of name process, and that took forever. That took a long time. I was finally able to get my passport back by the grace of God on the 24th of May 2021. So that's why I started I submitted my work visa application on the 25th of May 2021. Yeah, basically that was it. So the next question is, I am a Canadian citizen with a Canadian passport passed down to me by my father. Who is a citizen by birth. I want to move to Canada, but I don't know how to go about getting a job as a citizen. Maybe a job with accommodation if possible. Please, any idea on how I can achieve this? All right, so good good news for you, you're a Canadian citizen, so you don't have to go through the stress of applying for work permit and all that. All you need to do is just go on the job websites or these recruiter sites like Indeed.ca, LinkedIn.com, Glassdoor. Search for your preferred role, set the location to Canada or wherever you want in Canada, and keep on getting the alerts. Apply to these companies. When they ask you, do you have the valid document, you say yes, I'm a citizen. That's it.